Hey YouTube, how you doing? It's been too long, right? And that's my fault because I always break my promises. I let you down. I say I'm going to do more videos and I never do. But this has to be a video that I do because it's been 10 years. It's been over 10 years now. It was 10 years in June. But hey, you know, life has happened. We've all been a bit busy with one thing or another, right, over the last few months. And it didn't seem appropriate for me to just jump on and say, hey, hello, dreadlocks. Woo! But as things start to normalise a little bit, I thought, hey, I'll sit down and do this. So it's been 10 years I've had dreads for. Over 10 years now. So here I am. I've been through a huge journey with these things, and I just wanted to share maybe a little bit about the journey and how that's been. Also, answering a question of answering the question that I get asked the most, and then also doing a quick update, which I'll do later on, and then top tips that I've learned over the last 10 years. I won't do the update just yet because when I do that, I take my hair down, and I find that when I take my hair down, I just play with it for the whole of the video, and it gets really annoying. So I'm not going to do that. Okay. So yeah, 10 years. How did it go? How's that journey been? Well, I guess I'm going to sum up it in really short sections. I can't talk about the whole of my journey because this would be too long, and I go on and on and on anyway, as it is. But I guess for the first 4 years of my journey, I was working hard on getting the look that I wanted, getting them to where I wanted them to be until I was happy. And I guess first couple of years, I probably wasn't really happy with them at all. I was happy with the progress, but I wasn't happy with the end result. And part of that was probably because they were too short for a start, and I'll kind of get onto that later. But yeah, I mean, the first 4 years was really just getting them where I wanted to get to, and battling through those early stages, which for those of you who've had dreads for a long time, that might be a distant memory that you don't want to come up with anymore. For those of you just starting the journey, you may be in the midst of that at the moment, and just keep on going, don't give up. But it's like going through the dandruff or super oily scalp, whatever happens, or loose hair at the roots, like fluffy hair at the roots, and just battling with, they're not long enough yet and they're sticking out all over the shop. And like for me, I had dandruff for really bad dandruff for the first maybe 1 or 3 years because my scalp just went, what's going on with the hair? It's not doing what it's meant to do anymore. Why? And for some people, their hair goes, like the oils go over, it goes the other way, and they get overloaded, greasy hair. But for me, it wasn't that. It was dandruff. As my scalp kind of normalised, but that took a couple of years, probably 3 years, I guess, to really normalise. The loose hair at the roots, you know, the whole fluffy thing. I remember my early videos where I was like, look, there's loads of fluff, and then I over-maintained to try and get the fluff in because I felt really conscious of these short dreads and then fluffy hair, and I wanted them to look really great and neat and smooth and stuff, and I was battling with all of that in the first 4 years. And the length, seriously, I put my dreads in far too short. Well, I thought my hair was long enough. It was kind of below my chin. It went whoop, and I didn't realise that the length was going to shorten so much, and because I over-maintained as well, it pulled the hair in and it just shrunk them too much. So the first 4 years, issues with length, right? Stop there. Okay, anyway, the next year 5 to year 7, learning to maintain with like the least amount of bother. So I got my dreads to the length I wanted them to get to. They were kind of shoulder length, kind of looking good, and then getting from like year 4 to 7, they just grew so fast. But it was about learning to maintain with the least amount of bother. It was kind of how do I do this and not have to worry about doing hours and hours and hours of maintenance every month. And I found that even to the point where, and then my dreads got so long, after about 6 or 7 years, they were kind of down to beyond my belt line, and they were down to my butt. They were so heavy that I needed to do my first cut. So that was incredible. I guess that was a real milestone for me, where it had all been all about growing my hair up until that point. It had been grow, get them long dreads. That's what I want. And then that first cut was like made a huge marker in my kind of experience of having dreads. That actually, it's not about how long I can get these now. It's not. It's about just enjoying the look and living with them, living with dreads. So that first cut happened. I took like a foot, I think it was, off the length of them, I seem to remember. And then I did a second cut as well when I shaved the sides off, where I took another kind of 6 inches off as well. So I've done 2 major kind of chops of my dreads. Incidentally, I only just threw away the dreads that I cut off like a month ago, I kept them. I no idea why. Maybe I thought, oh, I can stick them back in again if I want. Why? They're in a bag in a cupboard for like, what, 4 or 5 years? Ridiculous. 4 years. Terrible. Anyway, so, and then from like year 8 to 10, this was just about normalising. It was about kind of like, it's not about growing the length anymore. It's just about, I've almost kind of forgotten about it. And actually people who know me and people around me have stopped asking the questions about dreads now as well. I don't know whether my circles have kind of like shrunk or whatever, but like, people don't ask questions like they used to. I guess I'm not as active on YouTube anymore. It's just become a normal thing. It's other things have maybe taken over, even prioritised. Like, so the novelty has very much worn off. But people, as I said, people have stopped asking questions. But one of the questions that I still get asked the most now, I guess, is would you ever cut your dreads off? And I guess after 10 years, you think, I've seen there's so many, dude cuts his 10-year-old dreads off or whatever, or would I ever come off? Well, I'd have to weigh it on what I would miss about them versus what I wouldn't miss about them. So I guess what I would miss is the simplicity. Actually, even through all the maintenance and journey that I've been on, they're actually quite a simple thing to have now. Like, you wake up, done. No bother. There's saving money. Like going to the barbers. Like, now going to a barber's for a guy is expensive now because it's a cool thing, right? You go to a place and they've got kind of like field lights on big old school kind of tripod stands, and you go and have the full kind of experience where they trim your beard for you, and you have hipster music going on in the background, and you drink coffee while you're waiting, and it's all like super expensive. I know it's not like that everywhere, but the amount of money that I've saved by not going to barbers is just ridiculous. So I would miss that money. Shampoo and condition, that kind of thing, because actually, to be honest with you, I don't wash these nearly as much as people do wash their hair normally. So I would, once a month, maybe, I put shampoo in my hair, maybe even longer than that. It can go over 4 or 5 weeks. Now, for some of you, you may think that is stinky smelly, but it really isn't. It's really not. They're just normal. They just don't smell of blueberries. And I can handle my hair not smelling of blueberries. That's fine. But they don't smell of poo or bad stuff or anything. They maybe smell of me. I don't know, but I don't know what I smell of, so I'm fine with that. What would I wouldn't miss? I wouldn't miss the weight, the health issues. As you know, the reason why I cut them was because I was getting some problems with my neck and my shoulders. And I'm a big guy. I'm 6'3", and I'm of ample proportion. I'm a big dude, and this on my neck. Also, working as a desk as a designer for years and years, it was kind of playing havoc with my posture and my neck. So I just cut the weight. I wouldn't miss that. I wouldn't miss the same questions over and over and over again. Although I get it. I get why people ask, because it's different, right? So it's new. It's a novelty. So I get why. I wouldn't miss the snide as well. You get the snidey comments sometimes from everywhere. Now, like, I'm not about to say this is about prejudice at all. It's not. It's probably about people going, okay, white guy with dreads, what's that all about? And people can choose to be positive about that, wondering, or they could be negative about it. And I wouldn't miss that. I wouldn't miss the negativity. And I wouldn't miss the fact that they're just plain annoying sometimes. Dreads are annoying sometimes. They are. They get trapped in car doors. They get stuck under you when you sleep. They're really annoying if it's hot, and they're itchy sometimes, and they just get in the way. Like, they're a murder for like getting sand in them when you're at the beach, and that kind of, they're just annoying, right? And I often wonder what it would be like just not to have this weight on my neck the whole time. But so I wouldn't miss that. But the thing is, there's got to be a balance, right? Once the things that I wouldn't miss start to massively overweigh the things that I would, then I might reassess where I cut my dreads. But right now, I'm happy to keep them. So, update. Here we go. Let me just take them down. I'm still enjoying the fact that I can tie my own hair up with my own hair. That's fun. Another saving on hairbands and that kind of stuff. So just be careful with that, because if you tie them up too tight, you can put pressure on the root and stuff. So the main body of the dreads, I'm really happy with the way that they look. Let's just see how I can do this. Show you the length, I guess, first. So I trimmed these maybe about a year ago, something like that, and I have lost a few of the ends off. So they're kind of decent length there, but if you imagine another 2 foot-ish on the end of that, they would have been fairly long. And I guess hair just continues to, as they tighten up on their own, you continue to lose length with dreads as well. So I don't know, but there they are. I've bleached them fairly recently. Like I bleached a couple more of them, but you can see I didn't bleach right to the end. That's one thing I've learned. You don't bleach right at the edge, so you don't kill the root. The root is supporting your hair, so bleaching that root and damaging that's not a good idea. So I've only re-bleached 4 or 5 of them, but I've always kept a decent, healthy kind of bit of natural hair at the end. As I say, I probably maintain these now every 6 weeks, and sometimes that's just a quick kind of go through the crochet hook if I find like a knot or a not a Congo necessarily, but if I find a little knot or a little loop. See, there's one. That's fun. On cue. If I find that, I won't be too hassled about it, but I might just find the hook and just pull that back in again while I'm watching the TV. But I don't do like a massive maintenance session. I just do it as and when I find it, if I have some time. Yeah, so I mean the roots are okay. What I've noticed now that I'm the wrong side of 40 or the right side of 40, depending on which way you look at it, is that my hairline is kind of receding a little bit. You can kind of see that, and actually having them tied up as it is, it kind of pulls on the front ones, and I think that's probably added to it, got to be honest. That's been a cost. I've got quite thick hair anyway, so I'm quite lucky from that point of view, but I have noticed the front ones losing some kind of strength there, as I don't know whether that's down to the dreads or whether that's down to age or a combination of the two, probably that. Yeah, so, but I'm not as kind of religious as to the neatness of my roots anymore. I don't mind the fluff. There isn't a lot of it there anyway, and it tends to sort itself out anyway. So yeah, they are. They're hot. The sides I do myself. Unless there's a special occasion, then I'll go and get them done properly. I'll get a fade done properly, but I just use my razor at home. So it's super low maintenance and low cost now that they're this age, and I've got them to where I want them. So yeah, so there we go. So that's update. If you want me to go through any kind of processes, do a process video, then I'm really happy to do that. I think there are just people that do it better, yeah, you don't need another guy another dreadhead telling you how he maintains his dreads. I don't know. Unless you want me to do it, I will do that. Yeah, so, right, top tips before I go, because it's been over 10 minutes already, and I don't want to waste any more of your time. So top tips over 10 years. First one, I would say, learn to tie your hair properly, like, because I'm struggling, clearly. I'm struggling to do ridiculous. Anyway, so don't overwork your dreads. That would be a top tip. Don't overwork them. Try and resist overworking them, over maintaining. I made a massive mistake when I did that in my first year, because I was so wanting them to look great, and it was partly because I put them in too early and they were too short, so I had to work really hard to make them look good. And I wanted these super smooth, super neat dreads, and I overworked them. I over-maintained them for the first probably 2 years, really, to try and get them to where I wanted them to be. And I wrecked my hair. They were really hard as well. They weren't floppy at all. They were really hard, stiff dreadlocks. And I would say do not overwork them. That's the kind of the biggest thing that I've probably learned. What else? Well, as a consequence of that, grow your hair as long as you can. Like, be patient. Just grow your hair out. I only grew my hair for about 18 months, 2 years. And my hair grows fairly quickly, so it was kind of down to chin length when I put my dreads in. I would say double that. Like, if you're starting your hair off from a really short length, if you can grow your hair for 3 or 4 years, like, give it the maximum amount of time before you put your dreads in. Just do that, because you won't regret it, because your dreads will shrink massively in the first few years, and yeah, I think grow your hair. And I've said that on loads of videos before. Grow your hair longer before you put your dreads in. That would be one of my top tips. Another one, easy on the bleach. Go easy on the bleach. And if you do bleach your hair, just give yourself like an inch or two. Don't bleach the root as well. And just take your time before you bleach it again and again if you're going to do that. So just go easy on the bleach on those. Patience. Your scalp will take a long time to normalise. You will have either super greasy or super kind of dandruffy hair for the first couple of years. You just got to allow your scalp to balance. It will balance eventually. That's just patience. So for me, it took a few years, but now, like, it's true. Like, I don't wash my hair that often at all now, and my hair doesn't smell. Again, it doesn't smell of unicorn forests or kind of summer memories. It doesn't, but then it just doesn't smell of dirt either. And when I cut my hair at 6-7 years, I remember, you can go back, you can watch the video. When I first did a snip, I did like almost like a core sample of what it looked like, and actually it was really clean. It was really clean inside, because it just was. I hadn't put any product in the dreads, I hadn't used wax, I hadn't put too much kind of lock pepper in my hair either. I hadn't done any of that. I just allowed it to try and be as natural as possible, and I've benefited from that now. So that'll be another tip. Another tip: watch YouTube. Thanks for watching this. Subscribe, like the video, share it. Please do whatever. Put comments in the comment section. Just do that. Follow people. Follow people that are doing a different journey to you, different techniques to you. Learn from them. Don't silo yourself. Don't put yourself into an echo chamber where you just watch people that are doing a similar journey to you. Just watch and consume and learn and ask questions and be positive. Share the good, positive vibes with people. People do things on YouTube to interact. Of course they do. They do it for a load of different reasons. But support them, be positive, and don't judge. There's enough judgment everywhere. People are on their journey. They're on their journey. You're on yours. Just don't judge them. Be positive. Ask questions. Do ask questions. I know we talk about, we get the same questions all the time, but there's a reason why people ask questions. It's because they're interested. It's because they're like, tell me more. I'm interested. What's going on? Why? Why do you do this? Why did you do it? What made you do it? How do you do it? How do you wash your hair? Blah, 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 blah. We get these questions because people are interested. They're on a different journey to you. You've chosen this journey. People want to know why and the hows of your journey. So just be open, be positive, and keep on sharing it. I'm happy to answer those questions over and over and over again. I'm happy to answer your questions, and I'm happy to do a video on specific things if you want me to. Because this is my journey, and I'm happy to share it, and I'd love to hear yours as well. So the last thing is, your journey is your journey. So enjoy it. Don't miss out on it. Don't wish it was someone else's. Don't compare. Don't spend too much time comparing your journey to others. Just be good to yourself. Really, be good to yourself and enjoy your journey, because 10 years will go like that. And all of a sudden you're here and you've got grey in your beard, and you look back at the memories of those early videos and cringe a little bit, but you realise 10 years has gone by so fast, and 18 or 19 minutes has gone by so fast, and time just races by. So don't miss your journey. Take full advantage of everything that you have. Enjoy your journey. Love your journey. Love other people's journey. And enjoy your dreads. Any questions, please put them in the comments. And if you disagree with anything that I've said, then please do put them in the comments. I'd love to hear how you disagree, but disagree nicely. Just say, I see it differently. Maybe take that kind of tack rather than you're wrong. So hey, be positive, but let's keep the conversation going, right? I'm going to stop now because it's been a long time, but I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me in my journey. Thanks for the 10 years. It's been beautiful. Please continue to like, subscribe, and comment below, and go back and watch all my other videos and laugh at my silly, silly dreads in the early years. And laugh at these silly, silly dreads. If you think they are, that's fine. I don't mind that really. Have a beautiful, beautiful day. and I'll speak to you soon. God bless you.